What do you call somebody who is from Utah?
Utahan.
Utahan?
Utahan.
Utahian.
Utahan.
I just said racist, but I don't think that's the answer.
A pioneer.
A settler?
A pilgrim.
A skier.
Are you still Googling?
Polygamist.
I was looking for it in the crossword that I was doing.
I feel like we could probably just Google it.
Yeah, why? It seems like a simple Google.
Well, I wanted to find it in the context, okay?
Oh.
What do you call...
The context is the.
No, but
we're
what
saying
the
the
other
context is
clues were?
whatever Kamala said. The context of...
Utahns.
Yeah. I was right.
It's a Utahn.
So how do you spell that?
Utah, people working together. Utah, what a great place to be. Good economy there.
We'll go to hell, but great
This
economy.
is the place.
Wait, you know what's interesting about Salt Lake City? You probably already know this. Maybe you don't. There are more soda shops than there are Starbucks.
That makes sense.
I believe this.
Loopholes.
Yeah.
Also, did you know
Mormon
that the
loopholes.
roads are all like, it's like all the streets are numbers, and they're numbers on how far away they are from the Mormon temple.
Oh my God.
Really? Mm-hmm. But wait, it's not like first, second, third. It's like 1, 2, 3.
No, it's first, second.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3.
And it's
Like
just...
it's like 508 south. Like it goes far.
So you're like, oh, I'm 500 streets away from and south of
Yeah, the
south
temple.
of the temple.
Oh, so you're 500 ways away from God. Does real estate prices, I guess, get cheaper the higher up?
Honestly, it might be soaring
Probably.
near the temp. It's beautiful. Like when you're driving on the freeway, you can see it. It's like situated on like the big temple. It's like situated on this like hill, and then there's just it looks like the White House
It's like
of
one
Utah.
short day in the Emerald City.
Yeah,
One short day.
it's so
My
crazy.
best friend got married there. So she had an actual like Mormon wedding, which no one can go into unless you're
the temple
blessed or something.
You can't go in unless you're Mormon?
or
yeah,
pay.
you have to. No, you have to be like Mormon, but you also have to be a certain like. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but like most people couldn't go in except like her parents. So it's really just like her husband, and their parents, which I feel like is like honestly kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then everyone's outside of the temple, and then they come out, and it's like a big celebration when they come out. So it's like kind of interesting. It's like
are there like snacks in the lobby? Like,
well,
is there
there's
a
a
TV?
reception after.
Do you get to like see it on a jumbotron?
No, it's very sacred. It's like a very sacred.
It's a good
wedding
tactic.
ceremony.
I'd be so nosy. I'd be like, sign me up right now. I'm
I
Mormon.
know.
Can you at least
No,
hear?
no.
So everyone just sits around in silence.
Well, no, it's like we're all chatting and like, ooh, this is fun.
Okay.
You know, it's not
Do you
like
ever
a
think
very
the bride's like, can you keep it down? I'm getting married.
probably. No, I doubt it. But it's like I think somebody recorded inside a Mormon wedding or something like that, and it was like this whole like thing because you're really not supposed like nobody is supposed to know unless you're granted access to the temple.
Okay.
Which is very interesting.
I'd like to go.
Go inside.
Yeah.
Convert.
No, I just want access.
I want to convert and then be on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
There you go.
And it's a dry wedding, correct?
Oh, it's dry.
No alcohol?
No alcohol.
Probably
I mean,
got like a. Why
So-
can't I think of
a
the?
soda fountain?
Yeah, why can't I think of? Oh, I just got like dizzy.
Oh gosh, are you gonna faint?
Maybe I felt like I was gonna for a second.
What? Okay.
The Mormon gods
Swig.
are getting to you.
Swig sponsor.
Oh,
Swig?
yeah.
Swirl. Oh, is it
Swig.
That's
Well,
the name
swirl's
of it.
another one, I think.
Okay.
There's a swig and there's swirl.
Never heard of swirl.
Yeah, it's like the soda place that they go to on Secret Lives of
You
Mormon
guys see the
Wives.
soda squirt that they sell now?
They've always had squirt.
I know, but I've just like started to notice it. I'm like, who?
Squirt?
Squirt.
Yeah,
It's
you've
like-
never seen the Squirt Girl?
That was around like what?
Sorry. The Squirt Girl.
You mean our
The
old
girl-
podcast studio?
The girl,
Yeah, I saw her.
the girl with the headband, and she was like popular on TV and commercials, and she headband, she kind of looked like a camp counselor, and she was always dancing like in a canoe.
I know the Fanta girls. I don't
I don't
think
know if you should
Fanta?
Google image Squirt Girl. But she was like a huge mascot. But Squirt has been around like since I was a
like
child.
90s.
I don't think they had it in the East Coast. I've never heard of it. And then I went
Yes,
to Costco.
Of course, they had squirt.
I saw like a family pushing a cart of
That's
squirt out. I was like,
Oh, it wasn't Squirt. It was Sundrop, which is basically a squirt.
Sundrop. Oh
the squirt
my.
girls were like pinup models.
Of
Okay.
course they were.
I like the Fanta girls. That was cool.
Wait, what does squirt taste like?
I think like Sprite.
Okay.
Yes, it's like Sprite, but I think a little bit more like
Yippee! Here's Squirt.
Sprite you can see through. Squirt has like a little bit. It's almost like
Opaqueness.
lemonade like color, but
Oh.
it is like a citrus lime. It's great to mix with like
Like
other.
a 7-Up.
No, 7-Up is still very similar to Sprite.
Wait, it says Squirt is grapefruit soda.
Oh, I guess there is
Wait,
grapefruit.
I'm hitting
soda.
up Rite Aid after
what's
this.
that? Like a Fresca? What's the one that tastes?
It's very.
Fresco.
It's like a Fresco. Squirt pairs really, really well with a lot of
Alcohol?
different. Yes, a lot of different types of alcohol.
Baja Blast.
Yum.
Feels like
Sure.
I want that as a. I think you can get it actually.
You can
now.
at a Taco Bell cantina. They do have alcohol.
Yeah, I've had that before in one of those big cups.
Yeah,
That's the one in Vegas.
Oh, it's fantastic.
They have one here now, right?
On Hollywood Bully.
Getting to go to Taco Bell's keynote event in New York, like
Oh, yeah.
on Monday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What do you? Are
Keynote.
you any
Are you the speaker?
expectations?
Well, I did get to go to the test kitchen, so I got to try a bunch of new different products like before they come out. And actually, I feel like a lot of them are already out, so I can talk about them. The cheesy dipping burritos, y'all, are incredible.
Is this out? Are you not breaking an NDA right now?
I just ordered it like
okay. Okay.
maybe I can't, but that's crazy. I
No,
just
if
ordered
it's
it.
out publicly, then
Oh,
sure.
great.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is out publicly, and they're like two little like. It's like a pack of two of little like mini burritos, and they have this incredible sauce, and you get to dip the burrito into the sauce.
I want to try.
They
I need
sell
that and
Taco
squirt.
Bell sauce now in like bottles at the supermarket too.
What kind
like
of Taco
hot
Bell
All
sauce?
of them.
Fire.
They got hot, fire, Diablo, mild, like
The
in,
hot sauces.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the best thing. Like when Olive Garden sold their dressing at stores, I was like,
Oh yeah, they do that now. Like a lot of
yeah, like Chick-fil-A sauce and stuff.
Buffalo
Thank
Wild
God.
Wings also sells their like hot sauce. which
there's
is
too
really
many.
good.
When I go to the supermarket, I'm like, the sauce aisle could be its own store. Just
Everything. I saw I think it was on Twitter. Someone posted like a screenshot or a picture of the like electrolytes in a grocery store.
oh
and
my
it's
god.
packets or electrolyte drinks. Oh.
It was like both. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just like so many.
Yeah,
But yeah.
and I
I think it was all packets.
We now have a new, you know how you have a junk drawer in your kitchen
Yeah.
where you put in, we now have just like an electrolytes drawer that has just, because we
crazy.
Just like all your what is it
PR
called? Like
electrolytes?
vitamin or what's
yeah,
it called?
it's just all the different little ones because
Yeah.
Prime has some.
Liquid
Yeah.
IV, Element, yeah.
All of it.
I think it's just
I love
salt.
LMNT.
Yeah, I just bought that. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
It's like $1.25 per thing.
So good though.
But
Wait,
why
what
is it?
Element?
It's like just the same thing as like Liquid IV.
Oh yeah.
But
Yes.
it's like no sugar, has more,
Electrolytes?
yeah, and like potassium, and it's supposed to be good for you. I try to take it every morning, but I feel like it's all the same.
It's yummy. They have great flavors.
I usually take it like after I've been like extreme, like sweating, like after I've been like in the steam room and stuff like that.
Right, it's a post sauna
Yeah.
replenishment.
I love it.
You guys ever called 911 in Los Angeles?
Yeah, I literally did like last month.
Oh, when TJ was,
Yeah.
did they answer when you called?
Yeah,
Like immediately?
I guess.
Like you call 911, they were like, 911, what's your emergency?
Yeah.
Like you would think?
Yeah.
Okay,
not-
I've called 911 twice in the past week,
What for what?
and they don't answer. First, the other day I was at
They
home.
blocked your number.
It was like I was watching a movie and my parents were on a walk. My parents were here at the weekend, and my door was like a little bit cracked, and I hear someone screaming, ah, oh my God. And I was like, okay, someone might be like watching something scary. And there's like backs of other people's apartments. And then I heard this woman go, if there's anybody out there, please call 911. Is anybody
Oh my
outside? Please
God.
call 911. And I was like, nah, they're filming a TikTok. It's got it. There's no way. There's just no
They're
way.
filming a TikTok?
yeah, not
okay.
not.
Don't believe women. They're filming TikToks.
I just didn't want to believe that there was an emergency
Right,
happening.
I understand the doubt. I would, if I hear like something like that, I would think it's a scam or someone's baiting me to get outside and that they're going to attack me.
But it's all like private alleyways. Like it's all closed off.
okay.
Anyway, so I peek my head out, and I have a neighbor right
Girls
across.
getting murdered, so I
Well-
called
Were you like, are you okay?
Well, I didn't really see where it was because I looked outside and there was no one there. So I was like, maybe it was someone running by, whatever. And then me and my neighbor right across the way, lovely girl who has two cats that I got to meet from across the way.
Cute.
Love.
Meow.
she was like, did you hear that? And I was like, yeah, what's going on? And then the woman came back out, and I could see like a couple doors down, 3rd floor. This woman comes like stumbling out and was like, please, someone help me. They're beating me up inside. I really need help. And I was like, oh my God.
How old is this woman?
Probably like in her mid-20s.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Like, did she look like she has it
Regular-
all together? Or like this kind of
The way she was kind of slurring her words might have been a little intoxicated. But
This was just the middle of the day.
No, like 8 p.m. on a Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
And I called 911, and it just goes, thank you for your call. Please hold for the next available representative. And I was just like, this is fucking insane. And I'm waiting on hold. And it was 10 minutes, and they didn't answer.
Whoa.
Oh my
And
God.
so she was like, the woman, I was like, what's the address for when they answer so I can tell them where to go? Because I don't
Correct.
really know like
Good thinking.
the geography, because that's the first thing you want to do. And then someone else from across the way was like, the police are already on their way. And then these 2 other girls came out and were like, she's having a mental health crisis. We've already called the police. Like, don't. And then she was like, they're lying. They're beating me up. And I was like,
who do I?
do I got to go over there? And then I saw the police lights come by, and I just hung up because they didn't answer. But
I bet that's why they didn't answer.
Why?
Because they had already been called in that exact geolocation spot.
I do not think that they are that.
You don't think?
Maybe.
I do think there's probably they have when they're getting tons and tons and tons of calls. They also
Yeah.
have to answer a lot of other calls in different locations that are important. I think their system can kind of track if people are calling in
From
one
the same
specific
area?
and we already have a what do you call it? The responder who's been dispatched to go to that location. What is the point of answering and prioritizing a phone call
For
versus
that area?
other ones for different locations?
That makes sense.
If they
because-
have that technology, sure.
I mean, it's 2025.
I feel like they probably do.
we got Citizen app. I think they got that.
They
Yeah.
do. That's
It's
what.
also 8 p.m. on a Saturday. They're probably real busy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like,
always-
this is insane. I felt like I was calling like a Chase credit card, just like, please stand by. Well, your
One
call is
for this,
important to us.
two
And
for
well,
this.
it's 911, people. Like, I was
Okay.
so frustrated.
Wait, so then when was the second time?
Like 2 days ago, I pulled into my garage, like my building, and I just hear 2 people screaming, like 2 women, like, you fucking disrespecting me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
I'd be like-
we're like in the garage. And then I'm like, okay, I don't know if these people know each other, if this is like a domestic dispute. So I kind of like stayed in my car for a second because I also didn't want to like get murdered if there was something serious. Then I go outside and I hear someone speaking Spanish. And
Ugh.
well,
So he called ICE.
well, I
called
thought
911.
I was like, is this like
Sorry,
a?
I just wanted to act just like a boomer.
Yeah,
like,
you're
just like
fine.
someone
Yeah.
like, oh, well, there
well.
you go.
Yeah.
There you
It
go.
all
That's
makes
what I just
sense.
hate it because there's people out there who like think
I
like
know.
that.
100%.
No, it's a
Well, I
yeah.
saw that it was like a tall blonde woman yelling, and then I heard the Spanish, and I was like, okay, I'm getting involved. Like
Yeah.
there is
Shakira?
Well,
No, sorry, she's Portuguese.
The blonde woman was like the speaking English and like some other Eastern European, and she was screaming at a maintenance woman who
Aw.
was speaking Spanish. And then I went over there, and she was also. I was like, "Is everything okay here?" And then the blonde woman immediately walked away, and the maintenance woman who was speaking Spanish was on the hold with 911, and I saw like 10 minutes on hold, and I was like, "Is everything okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm on hold with 911."
It's like
and
a curb upset.
I know, and I'm just like, this is insane. Like, no one answers. So basically, what happened was this maintenance woman. I found out. I like walked her upstairs, and I was like, let's just get out of the garage because we're underground and like not in public. So we go upstairs. The blonde woman like looked at me and like scowled, and I just went upstairs, and it turned out that this blonde woman in my building was storing trash in their parking space, and then they were parking outside, and they had been warned repeatedly, like you can't store, like you can't use it for storage, like the parking spaces are for
What's
parking
she
only.
hiding?
And so the maintenance woman was told, like, they've been warned 3 times. You now have to take their stuff and just throw it in the dumpster. And
By
this,
trash, you mean she's using her
it was like
space just as
storage.
storage.
Sure, yeah, not
Right.
trash. But she was told to move it, and then the maintenance woman was moving it, and then this woman came down and like started screaming at her and like threatened to hit her. And I don't know what happened after
That's
that,
so
but
crazy that they like put it on her to remove it all.
I know this like poor
Yeah,
woman
that's
Yeah.
to just be like, I'm gonna throw this people's stuff out. Hopefully they don't come down and flip out
Yeah.
on
Did
me.
it look like true, like valuable,
I didn't
like
see it.
belongings? Like,
I
is
didn't
it like
see
she
it.
throwing away like her skis? Like
I
into
went
the
back
trash
down there,
can?
and it looked like what was presumably the woman's boyfriend was like head first in the dumpster, like trying to get their
Fishing
stuff
out.
out. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, you should just call like and then the other maintenance. There was like a maintenance guy. he came over, also speaks Spanish, and I was like, I think, things will be okay, whatever. But I was like, this is my apartment number if you need a witness, whatever. But 911, she was like, I was just like, you could probably just hang up. They're not going to answer. And then I went on Reddit, and it was like, does anybody answer 911 in this town?
God.
We'll be right back after a quick word from today's sponsor, Rocket Money. Now, if you've watched the show before, you know I'm a big fan of Rocket Money. I've been using the app for 2, maybe 3 years now. I check it every single day. I love all of the features, and truly am so honored and happy to have Rocket Money as a sponsor for Good Influences, because it is one of my favorite apps. Again, I use it every single day, and I really encourage you guys to check out Rocket Money. So what is Rocket Money? Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. You can see all of your subscriptions in one place to know exactly where your money is going. And for the ones that you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of your expenses across all of your accounts. So that's your bank statements, your credit cards, your savings, investments. You can easily create a personalized budget with custom categories to help keep track of your spending. You can see your monthly spending trends in each category to know exactly where your money is going. I use this all the time. You can check out, where am I spending groceries, or am I spending on gifts, or am I spending on food? You can get alerts if your bills increase in price, if there's unusual spending activity, or if you're close to going over the budget. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save, and then you can ask them to negotiate it for you. They'll deal with the customer service so you don't have to. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/good today. That is rocketmoney.com/good, rocketmoney.com/good. And now back to the episode. So you're lucky that you got an answer.
Is there an alternative to like 911 too? Like,
Yeah,
don't they
buy a
have,
gun.
like- oh,
Well, there's 311 if it's like something not serious.
you just want to report something?
I
that
think
you-
so.
No, it's like, isn't that like junk removal?
It is, but it's also like if there's someone like lingering around that you're just like unsure of, they can like send someone out like a
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's
Or if-
not
or-
an emergency.
Or if there's like
it's just
like a homeless person like in your garage or something, instead of calling the police, you can call 311 and they'll bring out someone to like talk to them or whatever and
Got
move
it.
them.
I've
But
never called 911 in my life.
It's exhilarating.
I don't think I have either.
I feel like I accidentally call them all the time. They'll
Well,
like,
when
you know, when like your phone is like,
Oh,
boop,
yeah.
and you're
Oh my
like,
God,
if you
sorry.
put
no.
it in like a holder, like a tripod, and it clips both the
And
sides.
it's doing the like,
yeah, and you
okay.
just like flip it around. You're like, all right, hey guys, how's it going?
It's 911 on the other line.
When I was little, I must have been in elementary school, but a police officer showed up to our door, and my mom and I, first of all, my dad's a firefighter, so like that's a terrible thing to see, is a police
yeah.
officer coming up to your house, and I'm pretty sure he was working, but the police came up and we were like, what the hell? And then he goes, somebody called 911 from this address. And my mom goes, oh, I don't think anyone has. And then she looked at me and she was like, did you call? He was like, someone called and like hung up, basically, like a prank call. But they were
Yeah.
like, but we have to come out to make sure that someone didn't like call and they got scared and hung up, And I got so scared. I thought I was going to go to jail because I was like a kid. And I was like, I didn't. But I was like, I must have called on accident. I like
so you,
gaslit
like,
myself.
admitted you-
I gaslit myself into thinking I called. And I had this whole plan in my head about like how I would like survive jail and like, or what is it called? Like not pre-jail, but like when you're a kid. And
oh, like
Juvie.
juvie.
yes, juvie. I was
Juvenile.
like, oh my God, I think they're, I don't know, whatever.
I'll
And then,
walk in there. I'll beat
gonna
somebody
go
up
to
the first
Juve.
day.
and then my mom thankfully was like, can you confirm the address? And it was like the same address, but like a street over or something. And I was like,
Okay.
oh, no juvie for me. Thank God.
Wow.
Man,
Just me, little, with like a mullet. Sorry.
I think though I'd be really great at calling 911. Like
Yeah,
when you see like
yeah.
movies and when you hear people like actually like a real 911 call, I'm like, just give them the address.
Well, didn't
give
you
them
in that-
all the information that is going on to help them figure out
Yeah, it's
one,
like
how
know what
serious it is.
address right away, name, everything. Just
Yes.
like,
What's
happening.
All
happening?
of
Are there
it.
weapons?
Yeah.
I know that adrenaline kicks in. I know like it's hard to think clearly when you're in a state of I don't know, danger and like concern and alarm. But man, I'd love to just like
I love the TikToks of 911 Gen Z operators. Not you calling 911. Like, ooh, I don't know. I can't do the bits, but they're just like funny, Gen Z isms.
What if you could FaceTime like 911?
Like, hi.
Ideal.
Hi, look at
Yeah.
this. This is what's happening.
Honestly,
Yeah.
ideal. Yeah.
Or
like,
texting,
this
because
is-
like you should be able to just be like, I'm being kidnapped right now.
Can't.
I know. I thought you
think-
can too, but I don't know how.
Can you just text 911?
Let's try.
Oh, here we go.
I have the utmost respect, though, to people who are not first responders, the people who work
Like call
Dispatchers?
centers.
dispatchers.
Yeah,
correct.
dispatchers.
Because, I mean, you already have to deal with one stressful situation. You finally get the cops connected. It's now out of your control. Then you have to pick up another call.
I've heard
and
it's one of the
somebody
worst.
else
Yeah, I
who's in
can't
distress.
imagine.
And then you're going to bed at night. You're like, how was that little girl who called me who
Yeah.
said that her parents were like beating her up?
Yeah.
And not knowing the follow-up of all the cases and things that you responded to, and then who knows? Then you turn on the news and you see that this little girl got killed, and you're like, I think
Goddamn.
that was the little girl that called me earlier.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the trauma and just weight that you have to carry around with yourself doing that.
Yeah.
So
I've heard it's one of the worst like mental health jobs you could probably
To be a
have.
911 operator?
Because you're literally just dealing with mostly people in distress all
Yeah,
day.
you never get a good call like, hey, just want to let you know I'm having a great day. My mom is in
I'm
town.
super healthy.
Yeah.
You
There's
know?
no how are you doing today? Like, they don't get that.
Yeah.
That's like working at the lost luggage place, too. It's just every single person is
would
having a
pissed
bad
at
day.
you.
it'd be kind of fun though to be like an actor for people training to be a dispatcher. So like you have to do like scenarios like you have to call and be hysterical,
Yeah.
and
And
this
help them
person
train.
has to like find the information out. It's like a little bit of like just
improv?
Role play.
yeah, dinner mystery party like theater. Like
Yeah.
they have to just pull
My
these
dad
things
would
out
do
of
that
you.
on the fire department for something. I don't know what it was. It wasn't phone calls, but he was like the fire chief or whatever. So he'd have to go in and like help, like watch them do like scenarios and
Wow.
stuff and
Did-
interview scenarios.
Did you ever get to like ride around in a fire truck as a kid? Like I feel like I walked into one and posed with one as like a Cub Scout,
Yeah.
but I never went on a ride.
I can't remember. I don't think I ever went on a ride, but I was like always in the fire stations. Just like they're all the same.
Are they
basically,
drinking
to
a
me.
lot in there?
They're on
You
the
can't
fire
drink. You can't drink.
I've been told like in New York a lot, or maybe I don't know, but like that's because a lot of the times it really is just sitting around. So they're
Yeah.
always just kind of like drinking, playing cards.
No, there's
And
no
then
way.
when it happens, it's like we got to
Smoking cigars.
Yeah, it's
There's
just like
no
a bunch
way.
of dudes hanging
Poker.
out, and they're like, most of the time, there's not a fire, so you're just kind of sitting around,
Right.
hanging out.
Yeah, but they have to respond to everything. It's
I
like
know, but
any
it's like-
call.
I don't think
They're not
They
They
drinking on
also
the
do
job.
more than just fire stuff. Like if people suspect
Yeah.
like some sort of leak in their home, like they can come check it out.
Or like any medical thing.
or a
EMS
cat
is
in a
going.
tree.
Oh yeah, cat in a
Why
tree.
Cat in a
is that
tree,
such a cat in a
classic.
tree? Why is that such like a trope of like life
don't
that we're
know.
always like, oh, the cat's in the tree. We got to get the firemen to go get
because
the
they have
cat.
a ladder.
Right, but
Yeah.
how often are cats getting caught up in trees?
And also, I feel like cats could also get down if they got up there because they're
Yeah.
pretty good at like maneuvering.
correct.
But I don't know. Should I ask my dad? Like,
guess-
have you ever saved a
How
cat?
many cats did you save?
How
Would
many cats?
love to know that.
could
And did
call
they have
him.
a Dalmatian? I don't know what's up with
I think,
firefighters and Dalmatians.
And it's not a thing usually, but one showed up at their firehouse one time, and so they
Whoa.
just like kept it. And I
A
think
Dalmatian?
yes, and I think one of the
I never see Dalmatians. You're telling me a Dalmatian
Just walked in.
I'm pretty sure, unless
Showed
my
up?
memory's like terrible, but like yes, I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure
Named
one
him
of the fighters adopted it, so it like went home. But then he would bring it to the station whenever,
Did he call it Sparky?
probably
Spot.
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 I've
fire.
seen one, and I was walking in New York one time, and there was a fire station,
so
and they just
cute.
got a Dalmatian puppy, and it was just like
They're
two
so cute.
hot firefighter dudes sitting out in like the summer with
Hell
their little
yeah.
puppy. Just a line of girls waiting to pet
Aren't
them,
they,
and I was like, "This is brilliant."
mean?
I heard they're. Like,
I've heard like
Yeah.
they have like a snarly side.
Yeah.
They're difficult because, and I've read into this as why, is because their hearing is really bad,
Aw.
so they just aren't as like aware of
sad.
things. So they feel like they're being snuck up on a lot, and that's why they're a little more jittery. But if you train them and like, maybe you get one that has better hearing. But I think that's the
Have
reason
we
why.
talked about this?
What?
Dalmatians?
Probably.
Like, you
We've
know the
done, like,
movie
100,000
101
episodes.
Dalmatians?
Yeah.
So when I was a kid,
Okay.
I thought
I feel like we
they
do.
had 101 Dalmatians.
Isn't that the
They
premise?
don't.
So wait, you think that in 101 Dalmatians that the dogs just have like
No,
bust out
not one dog.
101?
She has like a farm of them, and she's using them to make her fur coats.
Cruella de Vil,
Yeah.
right, needs 101 Dalmatians to make her
Her
coat.
coat.
Correct.
Which is insane. Dog fur coats. Like,
And then she was like,
Dalmatian is beautiful fur.
yeah, but like,
it's Dalmatian. Like, huh?
Yeah,
who
like-
wants? But you want to wear a dog? That's awful.
That is.
PETA would like get in that. Cruella de Vil would be canceled.
Can you imagine
She
today?
wouldn't have a fashion show ever again.
Just like a TikTok, hey guys, we're gonna do a haul of my Dalmatian outfit today. It only took 87 to make that. Like, no.
We're skinning some right now.
Yeah. Also,
God.
you want to talk about, like, you know how they have like a mink coat?
Yes.
You ever see what a mink looks like?
Yes.
It's so cute. It's like a little like
It's like
puppy
a-
mouse.
Oh my
It
God,
looks like
I
a
know.
ferret.
But they're like really cute. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Hello, ferret.
Yeah, it's like so
But
cute.
you know, like people when they wear mink, like you can see the head of the mink.
sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes.
That's dark.
We can't be, yeah.
Take back your mink.
What is
Isn't it from Guys and Dolls?
Mink.
Like, take back your
mink.
mink.
I
don't need your mink. Something
don't
like that. It's like a whole
I
sassy,
don't
like,
need you, mink.
it's like your breakup song. Like, it's just like, we're done. Take back the mink. You bought me. I don't know. something.
Take back your mink.
You mink.
That was a thing too, where people would throw red paint and blood on people wearing fur coats, and then
PETA
yeah.
probably still does that.
They did it to Kim Kardashian, right? Wasn't it like feathers or something?
How can they tell like what's real and what's fake?
I don't know. They probably just knew.
Like just someone walking down the street because
Well,
I
I'm
feel
sure
like
they
there's
knew-
really good fake fur
No,
nowadays.
I think they like really target you too. Like,
but like, what
like
are they?
what they scan your credit card
or-
statements
yeah.
to see like
your designer is a mole for them, like double agent. He's working for them.
well, like Kim Kardashian, for example, they could have like maybe they're like, oh, who styled her, and then it was like this style, and then they like, oh, they just use.
And the FBI gets her in a
real fur.
car and says, okay, you got to tell us, what is she wearing? And then, I don't know. It sounds insane.
Yeah.
and I feel like there's like tons of
What
like
is she
fur
wearing?
coat businesses like in New York City, and you could just like sit there and wait until somebody goes in and buys something, and then.
But it's always in
Oh,
the most
yeah.
random places
yeah, true.
that they're redding people.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
It's like how I felt driving my Tesla now. I'm gonna get flour thrown
Minked.
What kind of car are you getting now?
on. Okay.
Oh wait,
well,
you have a Chevy Bolt, but what do you?
I'm borrowing it. It's so funny and cute. It's small. It's called the Chevy Equinox EV.
Oh, Equinox. That's a great car.
It's really cute. I'm excited.
That's cool, and it's fully electric.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. I sold my Tesla the other night.
Yeah.
She's gone.
You know what I was
Bye-bye.
thinking today, too? I've never seen an attractive person driving a Cybertruck. You look inside who's
I
driving
feel
a Cybertruck.
like I can never see who's driving a Cybertruck.
It's always some ugly fucking dude. Like Tesla, before he went whatever. Regular people were buying it. You'll see moms, people,
Yeah.
whatever.
What do you think is an attractive man?
Just like you could just.
He's like me.
It's like I just always look to see like who is driving the Cybertruck. Like, does it someone normal looking? Is it like an adult? Is it a?
I feel like it's women a lot too. Like I've seen women driving them.
I've never
I
seen a
only
woman.
ever see guys.
Yeah, it's always guys that look like the Facebook profile where their comment is going to be some, MAGA
I just
nonsense.
don't. How
Like,
are they're so big?
they are too big. But I do think like they just look bigger than they are. I think they're about the size of your average pickup truck.
I'm genuinely wondering, and like not even like making fun of it. I'm just genuinely wondering like how many people have it that are like, why did I get this?
a lot.
Yeah.
They're having trouble selling them now.
Because I feel like they're not like, I don't care if cars are dirty, but like every single one I've seen is like so dirty. I feel like it gets dirty so fast.
yes, because it's stainless
just-
steel.
The dirtier, the cooler they look.
Oh.
I do.
They look cool.
Sometimes I'm like, damn, that's kind of fucking
I
sick.
do like. There's part
I've
of
never
me.
once thought that.
I like that it's like a disruptor to like the world of design. I feel like we've been making cars in like a very boring fashion for the past, I feel like 20 years. There's some of the most boring designs in cars. I think having a disruptor will make people get a little bit more creative and bring straight edges back to cars. There's part of me, I do think it's like an ugly one on the road, especially just driving out in just like a normal urban
Like on
area.
Ventura.
But if I was like out in the desert, it feels like a car from like Dune. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like, or it's like, it's this space age
The only time I want to see it
rover.
is in a desert, I think.
Right.
Or on Mars.
A ditch.
Or what's
Yeah,
that
it
really
did.
cool? What's that really cool hotel that you stayed at with like TJ? And I was asking you about it. The Kardashians have stayed at. It's a very like looks like it's out of Dune.
Oh, Amangiri?
yes. So imagine you had like a house like that out in the desert,
Sure.
and you had like a Cybertruck, and you're just like,
The thing is, the Cybertruck fucking sucks as a truck. There's always videos of it like spinning out in snow, and like a Prius will
Yeah.
like pull right out next to it.
I actually saw a Rivian truck towing a Cybertruck
Cybertruck,
because the Cybertruck was stuck and the Rivian pulled it out.
Poetic.
Yeah.
When we were getting our Toyota, the dealer was saying that it's like the most fast like
Depreciating.
depreciation,
What is?
the Cybertruck.
Oh, for sure.
And I think it failed like a ton of safety things.
Well, also the UK, I saw the other day, they're like, no, you can't bring these here because of the safety.
Damn.
Because it's like they're the structure of them on the outside, they're like, if you hit like a pedestrian,
Yes.
it's too sharp.
that's Christine
Yeah.
Sharp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Because
crazy.
it's made to just be like a.
It just looks like a war
weapon.
vehicle.
Yeah,
like it
yeah.
literally looks like you're in war.
Literally is the car from Handmaid's Tale.
Is it?
Yeah. I feel like it needs a tank on the top. like
Oh,
that's all
just like
it
a little
needs.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a
Open that
submarine.
sunroof up.
Well, that's something I'll never do is drive a fucking Cybertruck.
You'll never drive a
I'm not
Cybertruck?
I want to drive it to see what it's like.
I agree. I want to. I
never buy
fucking
it.
hate the truck, and I think it's so ugly. But I am curious what it is like to drive it, just because it's so crazy.
Yeah, I want to get one for a day and drive it around.
I'm sure there are rentals on like Turo.
for sure.
Yeah.
We should. Yeah, we should. We
Oh,
could
maybe
pick Mike up,
maybe a
bring him to an episode.
video.
oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Cybertruck for a day.
Cool.
We each get one.
No.
I feel like
I'd rather just take turns.
I feel like then we could go to a parking lot and you guys can set up cones and I can try to park it.
We'll drive it down
or
to Joshua Tree.
Do like
that.
we could do a driver's test with the Cybertruck. Like try and pass the driver's test.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
I had to back Matt's car out the
parallel
other day out
parking.
of his driveway.
Oh yeah.
How'd it
'cause
go?
Matt couldn't do it.
I can't do it. No way. Have you seen my driveway?
Wait, Patricia, the one that Patricia does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the last time I tried to pull into the driveway, I got a flat tire.
Oh, you actually like nicked
Do you,
something, right?
do you understand how
Yeah, I could do
narrow
it.
my driveway
I know
is?
I could do it.
Let's go.
I don't
do
think
it.
Carly could.
A chat. What?
Well, his
I don't think you could pull out of
Oh,
my
yeah, no.
driveway and pull in. It's
No, I thought you said
stressful.
I could, and I got offended. So I was like, no, I definitely can't.
It's really stressful.
well,
like
Trisha's car is a little bit smaller, so she would do the 80-point turn to turn it around. But Matt just pulls straight in, and his car you can't even turn it around. So you basically just need to go straight back.
Yeah.
And Matt was like, "Okay, I'll do it." And I was guiding him for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he kept,
Oh.
for whatever reason, you just kept like not.
I want
I
to see
think-
Aaron do it now.
Do you
also-
just park on the street? For, like, I would be like, I don't even want to deal with this.
Oh, no. Hold. We never park in our driveway that
Oh.
far. This is only when we leave town for over a week because we have street cleaning and we just want to get
Got it.
our car.
so it's not an everyday occurrence.
No.
If that was an
would be a
everyday thing,
nightmare.
we would move. There is no way
We would move.
I would park ever in that driveway.
I was leaving yesterday, and he's like, "Can you like please help me? I need to get this over with today." Because
Because I
like,
couldn't do
I
that by
gotta get it
myself.
over
I
with.
need a witness. Like, no way.
so about halfway through, I was like, "Just get out of the car," and then it took like I don't know 2 minutes because it is a little dicey because like at
Yeah.
one point you need to be closer to one side, then there's the steps, then there's
Because
this.
the last time it cost me, like $600 off that mistake, and I'm like, I do
Yeah.
not because I
No, I get
lost
that.
my
I would be
whole
like,
tire.
oh, right.
So I'm like, I don't want to do that all over again.
Totally.
I don't. So
It was fun. I liked it.
yeah.
I wonder if I could do it in my Bolt. It's so small.
Tiny. It takes up like half a space in the parking lot.
Yeah, it feels like a smart
Oh, you
car.
have a Chevy Bolt right now?
I'm just borrowing it
That was
from
like
them.
one of the first like electric
Yeah.
cars.
It's fun. It's like a little whipper. I like it.
Did the dealership give it to you?
Yeah, just to drive until it's kind of nice. So my
That's
car
so
isn't ready
sick.
yet. So it's actually cool. So when I got my car, the next day my Tesla payment was due, and he was like, "Turn off auto pay. Don't pay it. We're paying it off, obviously."
Wow.
And I was like, "Okay." And then he said, "If my car isn't ready in 2 weeks, then they'll pay my first month like lease payment." So
Cool.
I was
So
like,
sick.
"Cool. I'm not getting screwed over at all." It feels
Yeah,
like,
no,
so.
that's great.
Yeah.
You know what electric car I've always wanted?
What?
Do you remember the movie Sleepover? Mm-hmm. Do you remember
little green car?
The little green one that
Yeah.
like the redheaded girl like
Wait,
has, and they take it
It's
out.
an electric car.
It's like a Nissan one that like Japan had, and obviously it's
Leaf?
from 2000. No, it's not even. They don't even make them anymore.
Yeah, that's basically what my car looks like now.
Yes. yes.
That's insane.
Tata Nano.
It's so small. No,
Oh,
I
is
have,
it not a
there's 4
Nissan?
doors.
Oh, it just looks like such a funny little car.
You could buy a Chevy Volt. I think I was looking at
Bolt.
other EVs or the Bolt. I feel like you buy like a used one for like $8,000.
Yeah, they're
like
really
flat
cheap.
out.
Yeah, and like It's great. It just works with my Tesla charge, like everything. Well, I have an adapter.
Would you
but-
recommend it?
Not from a Tesla. If you like want to stay like good, like
Yeah, you could tell the quality difference.
yeah, oh yeah, but it's still like a fun little
The Bolt,
yeah.
like driving that is so funny.
Maybe I would do it.
Come see it after. It's so
tiny.
funny.
Oh,
I'm gonna have Erin
I
drive
wanna
it
see
home
it.
because I want to
Yeah.
see her drive it because she's so tall. Well, not so tall.
I've seen so many electric cars in our neighborhood like this week. There's really nice ones.
I feel
Yeah.
like 2025, 2026 will be the year.
the Polestar. Did I tell you about this? The Polestar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're offering $20,000 to Tesla. If you like trade in your Tesla, they offer $20,000. However, I don't know what the fine print is. It might be like
I
only
need to look into
2024
this.
Teslas or something.
Let me
But
write that down. I
Yeah.
remember you told me about this. Also, just an insane name for a company, the Polestar.
It
'cause-
seems like
Polestar, I feel like makes mostly like outdoor ATVs and stuff, right?
No, it's Volvo. They
Oh.
like it's like their Volvo separate company.
You know those like outdoor
Yes.
buggies
Is that why
and
it
stuff?
sounds familiar to me?
It's Polestar. Like they do a lot of those like
I
dirt
knew it was
bikes
a
and
company.
like ATV.
I said that the other day. I was like, that is something else.
Is it though?
Yes, it's like Suzuki. Like
Yeah.
you would think, oh, Suzuki does motorcycles or like
Let me see.
Polestar go kart?
or Mitsubishi. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Polestar. Polestar 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
I don't think it's the company though that
I
makes.
saw an electric Audi this
Wait, you're saying
morning that looked
Polestar the
really
company
nice.
doesn't make Polestar the car?
No, you guys are thinking about it's a different thing. The company that makes these EVs that like Carly and I are talking about, the Polestar 1, 2, 3, not the same
They
as this
copied the
other.
name.
You might be thinking of, it's probably not called Polestar. It might be like pole position or something.
Polestar.
Polestar.
Polaris.
Oh,
Polaris.
damn it.
That made I heard that.
Polaris.
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 Isn't that like the first class lounge of United? Maybe
Yes.
Or-
It's a lounge.
it is a lounge.
Isn't it I thought it was the seats, what the first class
Yeah, like
seats
they're
were
for like
called.
JetBlue Mint,
Yeah.
United, Polaris,
Delta 1.
Delta One. It's so annoying that they all have their own name.
Why?
Just first class. Just don't, because then it's
Uni.
confusing. Is Delta One better than JetBlue Mint? Is this like?
I don't know. Yeah, I
They're
think they
kind of the
just,
same.
I don't know.
They
just
got to
want-
brand it. But also Delta 1 is business class. On some of the planes, they have like Delta 1, then like first class
Which one's better, business or first?
business.
Is better than first?
Oh, I would always think first class would be
How does
better
that make
for some-
sense?
for some reason.
That's what I thought.
No.
First is
Business?
bigger than business.
But Delta One is business
First
class.
is first. Business is for like, think about like businessmen who are on business trips who like obviously aren't like treating themselves to first class, but they just want like a premium like seating.
Yeah.
Is it a
that's,
lot? Is
like-
business class?
It says Delta 1 is a premium business class.
Maybe I don't know.
Say Delta 1 versus
See, this is what I'm
first
saying.
class.
It's so confusing.
Delta 1 versus what?
First class.
Yeah, because I know
'Cause
on
I've
the
always-
planes they have like Delta 1, then it's like premium first class on some of them, which are like seats that the legs go out, but it's not like a
But they'll not lay flat.
And then Delta 1 is the lie flat.
God,
Delta
that
1
is-
versus first class. Let's see.
Every plane seat should be a lie down.
I know. I know.
Every seat should
Have
be
you
a
also
lie
seen
down.
the ones where they have redesigned how seating should be on airplanes, and it's like a seat on top of a seat?
Yeah, where you're like basically standing, like you're half standing
Or
on the.
like somebody is basically
Oh
sitting
my God, those
on
are
top
fucking
of
insane.
on top of you.
Yeah.
But in a way, you
That you can
both
lay
can like
down.
have lay down seats.
I'll do
Like,
whatever if I can lay down. That'd be
I
amazing.
know. I
Yeah.
do wish every seat you could lay down because sometimes it's criminal. Or I feel
yeah.
like I don't know. Maybe this is like I'm being a little
Controversial?
heightish. Or what?
Controversial.
Height is
I think if you're over 6 foot, you deserve premium seating. Like,
Oh, you want like
Height is-
discounts for your
we
height?
do not make.
I was like, what's
Heightophobia.
that?
Like,
Heightophobia.
I think it's obviously too small for
Yeah.
my legs. I feel like legally I'm entitled
Yeah.
to a bigger seat.
legally I'm entitled to a bigger seat. That's so
That's-
funny.
Or do
Okay.
not make. Then you cannot make
The
seats
airplane.
that
Yeah.
narrow. For
That's
the
true.
knees.
That must suck to be like, oh, this is really tight.
Okay, so do you feel the same way about people who are larger bodied?
Listen. No, I don't. Well, I don't know. That's complicated.
He's a heightist,
I'll
not a
never
weightist.
forget. I'll never forget. I had a very
Searching for the word.
I'm trying to find the right word.
A person
to say.
who needed 2 seats when they purchased one.
Listen. She was a teacher. and we were on.
How do you
going
know?
on
She was a
field
teacher.
trip. She was my teacher.
Oh.
Wait, you took planes on field trips?
Yeah, we were on the speech team. Like, so
okay.
we had to go on like trips and stuff. And
Private plane.
we were in high school.
Go to math.
And I would say she was a larger woman who has been on many flights before, has never had to pay for 2 seats for herself. Goes up to the flight attendant, she's getting all of our tickets, and the flight attendant goes, the woman checking her in goes, "I'm sorry, you have to actually have 2 seats."
Did she
due to
do
your
this with her
sight."
hands?
Like, in a way, gestured out to her,
Oh.
and the woman goes, "Excuse me." She starts crying.
Yeah, it's tough.
She's like, "How dare you?" Also, for you to embarrass me in front of all of my students like this.
Oh, she didn't
And
use
like,
discretion and was like, "Can I talk to you first?" Like,
No, she like.
Yeah, I don't like
it
that.
turned into this huge scene of like our teachers crying, the flight attendants like freaking out, other flight attendants are having to go on to or talk to her to like mediate the thing, and then finally she was like, "No, I demand 1 seat," and then went on, sat in the seat, and then took a picture and like sent it back to the airline and was just like just reported the whole like scenario.
Damn.
But yeah.
All that being said,
What?
well,
So, I don't-
theoretically, you can't really control how tall you get, but you could potentially
Not
control
always,
how
though.
that's
Easy.
not.
Not always.
theoretically.
No, not always. Some
Theoretically.
people have like disease, like
I know.
problems that they can't
Right.
lose weight.
But I think I should know. I think if you were large enough, you should know that like you have to like book 2 seats because you can't fit in 1 seat.
but then couldn't the same be said for you because you're tall enough?
Yeah, you have to just book.
Yeah.
first
First class.
class. Yeah,
Who am
gotcha
I?
there.
Yeah.
This episode
I'm
is
done.
sponsored by Ozempic.
You're such
I'm-
heightest.
Yeah, you're a heightest.
You're a heightest.
I just want to think
It's
that
funny. The 303 guys are so fucking tall.
one of them is tall.
No, Sean's pretty tall too. He's like at least 6'2", 6'3".
Oh, okay.
But Nat is monster tall. Like
Yeah, he's huge.
6'5", 6'6", 6'7", maybe. And so they like always have to book them first class because they're like, we feel so bad. Like putting
Yeah.
you guys, because they're so tall. Like Nat's legs are literally taller than my whole body.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's like I feel like they are designed for me. That I am the size
Yeah.
that fits like
Same.
perfectly on an airline.
I
Yeah.
hit my head so
Damn.
many times.
Me too, getting up.
When it's that moment where it's your turn and you got to just
then
move,
it's
grab your bag. I always get up
mortifying.
and I go, goong, and
time.
everyone who's waiting goes, ooh. And I'm like so embarrassed. I'm like holding
that-
back tears, just like.
Yeah, you
pushing
do
my-
that, and then I do it, and then I just think that I have a brain bleed for the rest
Yeah.
of the day.
That could happen.
Like you think you could just concuss yourself and
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm
oh,
always concerned that when I
bleeding
put
in
the
there.
backpack on and I turn around, I'm gonna knock a baby out of its mother's arms. Like I'm always that's
Well,
my
at that point,
biggest
that's
fear.
their fault. Like, don't stand so
Yeah,
close to me.
hold your
I hate the
baby.
people who rush the aisle.
Oh my God, calm
yeah.
down.
Enough.
Yes.
I guess yeah, being short, like I have that privilege where like I never have to worry about like I could just stand up on a plane. I'm good.
you don't even hit your head in the seated area.
You would. You would definitely. I don't think you can
I don't
stand
think
up under there.
Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe I am like
yeah.
Are we aisle or
I
window
can't really
people?
think about it.
Window.
I like
Window.
aisle.
Window.
Window is insane.
Window because
Window's great,
I
too.
want to sleep and it gives me like a little bit more extra room for me to like lean onto something.
What if you have to pee?
You say,
I'm-
hey, excuse me, can you get up?
I
But what
never.
if the person has their thing down and they're sleeping?
Yeah.
That's
Then
what
you
I'm always.
tap them on the shoulder and you
Oh
say,
my
excuse
God,
me.
I'd
You
rather
wake
piss
them up?
myself. I'll piss
Yes,
myself.
you have every right to. But
Legally?
I do not like rarely like pee during a flight. And the moment I do, I will go when one of the people who are next to me, if they get up to go pee, then I'll be like, well, then I'm gonna just get up
Yeah.
and I'll stand around
try
and
to
get my
time it.
and get my pee in. And just so even if I don't have to pee, I'm at least trying to pee, so it will not require that later.
I go through this like Machiavellian scenario of, okay, do I want my bladder to explode or like just wake this person up and like what would I do? And if I was that person, and
Am I the asshole?
I don't think I've ever woken somebody up, and I always just get an aisle seat now because the stress of like the negotiation of like what do I do in this scenario, I can't deal with it. And I love a window seat. I love
Yeah.
seeing out the window.
The last thing I do before I get onto the plane, right when they go, we're boarding.
You go and
usually
pee?
maybe group 4, group 5. I go pee, and then I enter the plane, and I usually do not have to pee the rest of
Well,
the
you don't
flight.
have to pee when you're on
That's
the flight.
crazy.
I'm a slug in waters on the plane
Me
too.
too.
Because you're supposed to drink like a cup of water for every hour that you're on the flight.
Pace
Just to,
myself. I don't know.
I'm always peeing.
you
Dry
pace
on the
yourself. I pace
plane.
myself.
I sometimes get really excited about having the window seat, and I will Google like what side of the plane I should book in terms of like having a good
sunset or
view
whatever, yeah.
of coming into whatever destination
Yeah,
that
like
I want
New York
to.
City or something.
Yeah,
or,
or
like,
even when I come into Dallas, I want it to be on the right side where I could potentially look down at like my parents' house and stuff. And like, I love doing that.
that's fun.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen it?
I get close enough to where I'm like, it's over there, but I'm never above it.
But you can see, like, you're familiar with what you're looking at from the top.
I love the game of just like you start looking at the whole like
me too.
city down below, and you start piecing together where am I,
Yeah.
and then you go,
Yeah.
oh wait, there's Six Flags. Okay, nope, now that's
Yeah.
the baseball stadium. So here we are. I know exactly
I
where we
know.
are.
I love flying in and out of Burbank because I'm always, it's like closer. So I'm always like, wait, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
My new fave is at LAX when you're flying in and you can see SoFi.
Oh yes,
It's very cool. And then you're like, oh, there's the Forum because you're like right on top
you
of
can
it.
like look into the stadium
yeah, it's
too.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that girl that flew over it. That was like when Taylor Swift was playing.
Oh.
I can't remember what it was. It was something like cute. I forgot. But she was like crying about something. And then she like looked down. She was like, oh my God, there it is.
Yeah.
It was like right there.
Crazy.
It's cute.
I'm here for it.
Whatever. No, you're not.
I think I've told you guys this, that I used to think that when you looked out the window, it was like in the cartoons where
Yes,
the United
you've
States
told us that, yes.
has the letters written out on it, and I have an actual memory of this.
Yes.
It's crazy. I still
think that.
I do. I still look
You're
out
like,
the
I saw
window
it yesterday.
just to check, because that would be sick if it was true. Like if that was a U.S. project where we're gonna like write the name of every state so that when you're flying over the country, you can look
Yeah.
over. Oh, there's Nebraska.
I
That would be so
love
sick.
looking out the
That's what
window.
Trump should be working
I
on.
love looking out the window and then like seeing a body of water or something and then like
Seeing it on the
looking
map.
it on the map and be like, what's this?
Oh, that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
Chickasaw
Yeah.
Canal or
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah,
Love
you're like,
it.
oh, what is that little red?
Yeah.
That looks like a fun place.
Yes.
Looks like a fun outdoor establishment.
It's
It looks
also
like there's
so-
bars, there's a pool.
It's also so crazy because on the map everything is so tiny, but then you
Yes.
see this like massive body of water and you're like,
Yes.
where am I?
Or when you look out and you see some just like silver, shiny, reflective
Oh,
shit,
love
and
that.
I'm like,
I always know what that is when I'm flying over Vegas. I'm like, oh, I've driven past this a dozen times.
I'm always like, oh, nobody. I'm discovering some secret government. There's like a secret government city that they're testing like
Or it's a
humanoid
Cybertruck.
robots.
Yeah.
And because it won't be on the map, and I'm like, that's some government shit, and like the pilot fucked up, and we're not supposed to see that because it'll be like way off in
Why
the
would that
distance.
be on the map?
But well, like, what is it? What is it?
It's not like people's houses are on the map. Yeah,
solar panels.
But I feel like sometimes I catch it and the sun is reflecting it and it's not supposed to be seen by us. And it's like so far off in the distance and it doesn't have a name on the map.
We flew over like a windmill field the last time I was flying to Utah, and I was like, that is so cool.
That is very cool. The windmill field.
Yeah, I feel like I wonder if I have a video.
is
of
that
it.
what they're called?
I don't know what it
The
is.
wind farms. That's what they're called.
Wind farms.
Yeah.
And you call that thing
windmill?
A windmill. Yeah.
A
Or a
windmill?
turbine.
Turbine.
Turbine is like the official term.
Okay, a windmill I think is like on like a farm.
On a farm.
Yes.
What is the
Oh,
point of
yeah.
that?
What? A windmill?
I
Yeah.
think it's to like know what direction the wind's going and stuff.
Yeah.
No, that's what a weather vane is for. The little turkey on the top of the house.
Correct, Mike.
That's what a weather vane
So
is
what the
for.
fuck is a windmill
Oh,
for?
did I take a video?
Maybe they're using it to generate energy.
I think they do.
Like in the olden days.
Does it turn
Like,
butter
look
at the
at
bottom?
all of them.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, when you pull into like Coachella, there's like usually tons like this, right?
Oh, when you're driving, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I know so many of them.
Crazy.
There's a lot of dead birds down there too.
Yeah, apparently it's like kill a lot of birds.
And I heard they're like so haunting to like
A
live
lot of
next
birds.
to.
They kill a lot of birds. They should be gone.
Kill a lot of birds.
I think you like use that as a talking
birds.
point.
Whoa, so they use windmills on farms to help pump water out of a well.
Oh,
So they probably connect like the string.
the rope.
Yeah, and then it blows the wind and then it will bring up the water.
But imagine you're like, oh, it's not windy today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
well, I
it's
guess
not
we're
he-
not drinking.
I feel like it'd have to be hella windy to do a whole bucket of water.
It's probably just a little bucket.
Yeah, it might be a small bucket.
and I love little like cottages that are by a river, and they got the little
I know.
Yeah, the
What do you-
spin thing.
yeah, the little spin thing that's picking up the
Yeah.
water,
Yeah.
regenerating something. Just feels like a cozy little vibe.
They have a lot
A
of
little
those in
community.
Massachusetts.
Oh my gosh! I don't know what. I just want to take.
It's like
I want to
little
get up in
cottage
there.
core. Yeah.
I want to go to there.
I want to go to there. Little cottage
Bring
core.
me, please.
Yes.
What are you thinking over there?
Yeah, Mike.
Hard in thought.
Just about like the wind turbines because I think that they're sick. And I loved when you drive through Coachella and you see them. But then there's like some that are just not spinning when the rest of them are. And I'm like, how is this possible? Why?
Sometimes they got to get like started.
Yeah, but if
So-
it's like windy,
Yeah.
like why are 80 of them going and like one is just stopped? Does he need a little WD-40? Like what's
No.
how
Can
is
you imagine like building that,
Oh yeah, those are the guys who have to go up like so
flying
high.
it in or however it gets
well,
done?
you see them on semis, like the big, like a wing of it or whatever.
God.
Yeah, it's huge.
crazy seeing those, especially going between like here in Vegas. They're always like
quite
on the
big.
road.
I think it's great. I think we should have them everywhere. And solar panels.
I love solar.
Love solar
Okay, so-
panels.
So
I-
goddamn expensive.
Just I've looking at so many cars. One of the new Priuses has solar on the top.
Yes.
So like I was watching this video of this girl who like owned it for like a year. So she was like, "Here's my year with this Prius," and she was like, "I like barely fill it with gas because it's a hybrid, but also it's solar powered. So like if you just park it outside, it's like charging
Wow.
from the sun."
Yeah.
yeah,
Probably don't have them in Seattle.
yeah,
No.
probably
But
not.
is it with solar panel companies? I thought so. It's expensive to get them on your roof,
But it gets
then I
cheaper and
thought
cheaper
some
every
solar
year.
companies are like, we'll put solar panels. Like, we'll pay you to put our solar panels on your roof.
No,
Like,
I feel like it's expensive. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs. I think my like parents are looking into it, and it ends up being like this crazy thing where it's like,
you end up paying more
You end up
for
paying-
them than you
yeah.
end up saving money.
It's just like if you are planning on staying in this home for the 30 years you have your mortgage
Yeah.
for, it'll pay off.
Yeah,
but
after
like,
30 years of electric bills, year 31 to 70 will be
Literally.
free. But
So
I think
it's like-
it's becoming less and less. I think it's down to like 15 years now.
I don't
Depending
know.
on,
We frequently look at it.
and it's still expensive.
Yeah.
the guy who sold
I
me my
think the
car.
last time it was like $20,000.
Damn.
My dad did it on their house, but maybe in New Jersey it's cheaper because
Yeah,
it's
I don't
like
know.
I just wish they made them look better.
I feel like I don't even really notice them.
I think if you have
Yeah.
a certain type of house, if you have like a flat top house, it's like, okay, you can put them up there. No one will really know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But for some
A Drake
people who
house.
have just like, you
A
know,
Drake
different
house.
types of gables and stuff, it's.
yeah, Gables.
I love a gable.
I like symmetrical gables. I don't like McMansion gables that are like.
What the hell's a
do-
gable?
Yeah, what's a
Gotta
gable?
look it
It's
up.
like
It's where like the roof
Comes
meets
out
and has
a
a
little-
point.
Yeah.
And I think a good, properly designed house. Once again, all respect to all different types of houses. I'm not judging
show
whatever
you,
house you
Carly.
live in.
Don't be
I'm just
housist.
judging architects who
Architectist.
build these McMansions that we've been building over the past like 30, 40 years. And
I
it's
need
like
to know what you're talking
so
about.
if you look, okay, like a good properly designed house, if you looked at it from above, it would like properly have the symmetry of where like the gables meet. But because of like McMansions and stuff, it's this most
You want a symmetrical gable. You don't want a haphazard gable.
correct. It just has to have like a sense of balance. It's some McMansions you'll have it's almost where a triangle is. It's a triangle right here, then we have one right here, and then one right here, and one
Like
up here.
this?
Correct. So what's going on here? We have one triangle,
Oh.
second triangle, boom, another one next to there, boom,
I
and then we
see.
have this one, and then another mini one to the left of that. That is nonsense to me. Nonsense.
You want it to look like like an old Victorian like
I
British
just
house.
think right because I think that's like good and true and timeless with the design.
Yeah.
This is like a cheap way to build it, maybe.
this?
And
You need an
right,
HGTV
that
show,
gives me
Matt.
a headache.
I'm in a Facebook group where they like, you should join it. It's like architecture shaming.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
I'm in that
God.
too.
Are you?
McMansion
Yeah.
Hell is a really great Tumblr I used to follow
Ooh,
all the
McMansion
time.
hell. I'm sure it's like an Instagram
It's so funny
account
because I
now.
look at it and I'm like, oh, I don't realize.
Yeah, half the time
I
I
don't have the eye.
But then it's like a bathroom with carpets or whatever.
I just
That was like a
I'm
niche.
just frustrated with builders and designers making these homes because
Like
I think some
modern.
of these homes
Yeah.
are investments for
Yes.
people. That is their money. They're hoping that this home will grow in value and that somebody will want to buy this home in the future. And I think the taste of where things are at now, people are getting sick of these millennial builds, and
Yeah.
Yep.
these flips have aged so poorly.
They're awful.
where
All the
Little
Tuscan,
farmhouse.
like the Tuscan Italy design with like the bottles of the
Oh, I mean, no one's
spices
really
in
doing
them.
that anymore.
those are
they're still
that's-
around.
That's
Like-
more
Yeah.
like a piece of like
They just, like,
the
exist.
time. I'm talking about people who are going in buying homes and flipping them and ruining so many
Oh, yes.
like actually beautiful like gems and elements
Yeah.
that make the home a home and just rip the soul out of a house. I understand like
Where they paint the bricks white and like put
Yes.
yeah.
A lot of those are on the architecture shaming. I just saw something like this. It was this beautiful house, like it looked like a little storybook home. And you know when you buy a home and there's multiple bids and offers, so you like write a note to the people to be like, this is the reason why like we want to live in your house. This family wrote them a note that was like, we love your house so much. Like we can picture raising our family here, sitting in this nook, and like was saying all of this stuff about the house. And then the next picture was literally they got the house and tore the whole thing down.
No.
And then built one of these like
Who was it?
houses
Chris
on
Pratt?
it.
You see what Chris Pratt did to that one house, or
No.
him and what's her
Catherine.
name? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
no.
gosh, there was this beautiful home, like an architectural masterpiece. Tore the whole thing down.
Well,
it was.
I think their house burnt down. So
Oh,
no, I'm just saying
my
like
bad.
Jealousy's a disease, bitch.
get well soon.
Get well
I actually don't know
soon.
that for a fact, but how do I feel like it did? I was just wondering if it was the same one
Oh,
that
yeah.
you're talking about.
That would suck.
I
if
like
you
when they go ahead. Sorry.
I was saying if you're the old owners just watching it, like, no.
Yeah, and like you feel so drawn to this like lovely note that like you've lived in this house your whole life. You're like, these are the people
I'd
we
want to confront them and be like, hey, what the fuck?
No, literally.
Why
Some
did you
people
do
put it
that?
in their contracts where it's like you can't demo the house for at least whatever, and
Oh,
you have to
wow.
maintain the whatever. It's like because people, when they sell their house, it is. That's one of the reasons I got the house that me and Anna moved into. She was like, "There's another like people
Oh, it
willing to
survived.
offer," but it burned down.
No, it survived.
Chris Pratt in there.
But all of his neighbors' homes were destroyed.
Yeah, like it's I don't know where I was going with it. Anyway.
I can't remember either. I was like following with them.
Oh, that like she was like, there's someone willing to pay more money in rent for this house. And I was like, I can't authorize us paying more than the asking price. But she was like, but I like the fact that like you do like creator stuff. I like the fact that Adam is a musician. Like my mom was a painter. She used the garage as a studio for her paint. And I was like, well, Adam's going to use the garage for a music studio. She's just like, okay, I'll get back to you. And then we got the house.
That's cute.
For less money than someone else was going to offer because she wanted like art in the house.
so sweet.
That's
Yeah.
cute. Yeah, I like
so
that.
many landlords are just money.
I know.
Yeah.
Show me the money.
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't care what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dark. It's not us. Thank God.
One thing Matt would never do:
What?
flip a good house.
Me?
That's true. That a lot of people do.
You don't want to put gray tile on the floor?
No,
Or-
I
Millennial gray.
understand. It's not flipping a house. It's giving a house a
making it-
facelift.
Yeah,
But like a
well, like
fake-
an
a f-
ugly one.
Yeah, like a Home Depot
like
facelift.
ruining a good home and making it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
like a nice old Spanish home and you flip it to be like a McMansion.
no,
like-
I would never. I would never.
I
but
would never.
I don't know.
But like what Ella's dad did to that house is sick.
Right.
Like
I
that's
wouldn't say. Yeah, it's like a flip, but like he gave it a facelift.
Yeah,
Right.
like has character still. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like every.
it's still got all the rounded like entryways and
Yeah.
the big windows and yeah. You gotta have taste.
Yeah.
Because my parents did redo their bathroom and I showed it to Matt and he
I want to see.
I'll pull it up after the episode. It'll be tough to find. Matt was like, Mike, oh my God. It was
What
like
did they
offensive.
do?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like
It's like
blue.
like like resin like work where you just like pour resin and you give it just this like hippy dippy like
It's like a lot of like blue, like floor to ceiling, like bright blue, like aqua tile. It's a lot.
Oh, I'm excited to see.
They like
not my
it,
style.
but they
Not
were
my
saying
style.
they were.
I don't know whose style that is.
Well, they were saying
Theirs, I
like
guess.
all of our
Jersey
friends,
people.
Yeah, they were like all of our friends that come over, they love it because it's like going into like Aruba, and I'm like, okay, but your taste as like a 60-year-old couple in New Jersey is not the
Yeah,
same
but like
as
we want to
like
feel like we're in Florida.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's just like it's like a museum, like a room that's
oh my god.
Did you guys see Daniel Tosh? It was a really funny TikTok. It was a clip from his podcast, and he was
Yes.
talking about how he's like so sick of all these people being like, "How do you like California? Like, God, those taxes and the traffic." And he's like, "Have you spent any time in California? Because I spent many times in your shitty cities."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, Florida doesn't have income tax because they have to incentivize you to move there."
If Florida had income tax, nobody would live there because
Like
it
Florida,
sucks.
yeah. He's like, I've lived in all of these places. He's like,
Yes.
I was poor in California. I was rich in California. It is the best place to be, no matter the taxes.
You
He's
get-
like, I've
he-
lived in Florida. I've lived in Iowa. I've lived, he's lived everywhere.
You get what you pay for. Like we get
Yeah.
higher taxes here, but it's
Yeah.
fucking sick.
But it's just so funny how it's just like, I don't know. I feel like the older generations always are like, oh my God, big cities, they're so bad now or something. It's
Yeah,
like,
I
what
know.
is-
Yeah.
Specifically California. Like, they
and New York.
hate California.
And New York. Well, California because we're so
And
like
New York
live.
City
yeah.
too. You can't even go there. It's a war zone.
And then you go there and it's just normal.
Yeah, it's so yeah.
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 His podcast I love.
Yeah.
That's one that
His
I listen
podcast is
to.
really
The
funny.
full?
Yeah, I listened to the full episode because he doesn't have actors and celebrities on the show.
Yeah, he interviews like
Regular
random
people.
which
That's
I
right.
Like
I
he'll
love.
interview his
That before,
accountant
yeah.
or like his dog trainer
Yeah.
or
Yes.
but it's not celebrities and it's
How long are you?
like an hour.
Okay.
And he's also just I think one of the best
So
stand-ups of all
funny.
time. It's
Yeah.
so funny and just so
The
like
Soup. Did you ever watch The Soup?
what's that?
What? No, that's Joel McHale.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're
Yeah.
right.
I- He
had a
Tosh
different
Point
one.
Oh.
Yeah.
0.0.
I
Same
do not
thing.
like that guy Joel McHale.
He gives me the ick now.
Yeah, I've seen him like on interviews and he just seems like a fucking
I sat
douchebag.
next to him on a plane one time.
Wow.
Was he nice?
He was in great shape. My
He's pretty tall,
gosh.
right?
He was taller than me.
Oh, wow.
I think I love like guys' bodies that are like my height and like have my skeleton, but they've just worked on their body. Like it was like,
Would you top them?
huh?
Would you top them?
What the hell does that mean, Carly?
Okay,
Good grief.
you know what it means. Answer the
I
question.
know, but I'm like, gee, no. I'm talking about the male form.
Yeah.
Would you be the top or the bottom?
Neither. What are we talking about?
The middle.
You're just like, I love a man with a body. Like, yeah. I know.
Jack
I know.
Shepard talks about like how much he likes like bodies.
Yes,
Like it's just
you can talk
something,
about male
like,
bodies without being
aspire.
gay. It's a joke.
I know.
It's a joke.
Good grief! I thought I was in a safe place.
You are.
You're
you
not.
are.
You're not.
No, it just feels like I'm back in high school again.
Is he?
What?
What? It's
Just with
okay.
you. Yeah, I'm done.
All right. See ya. See ya.
It's okay to have an aspiration for a male body.
God, I'm just saying, Joel McHale was in amazing shape.
But is he? I saw one interview of him on Conan, and I thought he was doing like a bit where he's like too cool for school and better than the audience, like kind of a douchebag. But I don't think he ever dropped the bit, and I was like, I guess this guy must just be like a douchebag. Maybe I'm
Did you
wrong. I
talk
don't
to him
know.
at all? Like,
No, I didn't. He talked to the flight attendants, and he was.
Was he
charming
hitting on them?
I wouldn't say hitting.
he's like, hey,
I
sugar.
think he was just like entertaining. I
bubba.
think they realized who he was,
Yeah.
and he just wanted to give them a good time. But I didn't say anything.
Joel.
I feel like he was in
Community?
Community. I was like
Yeah.
obsessed.
He played like a really creepy character in some movie, and I remember it so vividly where he like talks about fingering her and then like smells his fingers in front of his
Ew.
friends.
On
and
a
like
TV show?
Ever since that, it just like I'm like, that's who he is.
Yeah, that is tough when it's
I
like,
haven't been able to like put that out of my mind as him like acting.
yeah, that's
It gave me such the heebie-jeebies.
Was it a movie?
Yeah, I cannot remember what it was though, but he played such a dick.
Ooh. Have you guys seen A Complete Unknown?
no.
Oh my gosh.
A
Timothy
Complete
Chalamet
Unknown.
like
Good?
really knocks it out of the park.
Oh, really? Wait,
I
is that
was
the Bob Marley one?
ve-
Or Bob? I always mix
Yeah,
them.
Timothy Chalamet played Bob Marley.
Me, Timothy
Wait, what-
Chalamet. I want love.
What's the real name?
Bob Dylan.
Okay, I will say, literally for months, I kept seeing pictures, like before it was like in production really, or it was like in production, but like people weren't talking about it like they are now. And it would be like, Timothy Chalamet on set for Bob Dylan movie, like blah, blah. And in my head, it was Bob Marley. And I was like, how the fuck are they letting Timothy Chalamet play Bob Marley? I was like, this sounds crazy.
Well, now Kylie makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe she thought the same thing.
So
I liked his acceptance speech that he gave where he was talking about
I'm in
like
the pursuit of greatness.
well and referencing like sports. He's like, I want to be one of the greats. Like I want to be the Michael Jordan of acting. And I'm like, damn, respect. That's pretty sick.
23.
it was really good though.
yeah, yeah, very
Because I
impressive.
feel like people were like, meh, like either way. Like it was either like they loved it or they were like, ah.
I thought it was like I think, you see biopics that are made and sometimes they're like a lot of like just like spectacle and like not like, I think a good true story or like capture like the real essence of like the person whose story they're telling. I think they did a really great job with it. And his performance as like Bob Dylan, it's like, like sometimes you're like, it's Timothy Chalamet playing Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Like I think he really like embodies him.
And he
does-
sings all the songs live too, right?
Yes.
Oh,
he's-
wow.
He had like 5 years. They were supposed to do it during COVID. Then COVID hit. They stopped. Then he did both Dunes. But over that course of the 5-year period, he was like knew he was going to play Bob Dylan at some point. So he's just been practicing singing, learn how to play guitar.
It's like Wicked too.
I think he has a good
Same thing.
shot, but I think Adrian Brody will win the Oscar. But this is Timothy's best shot at winning an Oscar in a long time. And so I want Adrian Brody to win, but I'd like to see Timothy Chalamet
Win the Oscar?
because it would just be cool to witness it. It's awesome with like a young.
Is this weekend, the Oscars?
Yeah, it's this Sunday.
Is it?
It was
yeah.
it was Sunday a couple days ago.
Oh, well, this will come out right after. I'm
Wait.
excited for Conan.
Is that like, sorry, did it just come out?
A Complete Unknown?
Unknown?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, months ago.
No,
Like a
wasn't
month ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty recent. They've been promoting it for
I just-
fucking
that's
ever.
why.
I just didn't know if it would be like able to be able
You can
to have an
stream it. It's like a
Oscar.
$20 like.
No, like for an
rental.
I
Oscar
like
nom.
fully thought it came out last year
It's nominated for Best
No,
Picture.
they've been
it is.
promoting it
for
forever.
such a long time.
Yeah,
And there's 10
I
Best
still
Pictures
just got to
now.
see Nickel Boys.
11:11, Make a Wish. What's Nickel Boys?
You know what? I don't really. I know it's based on a book.
It's about 2 Jews.
No.
I'm reading The Tattooist of Auschwitz.
Oh, what's that?
Have you read it?
No.
Oh, I don't really know yet, but my friend said to read it.
Is it about like someone who puts the numbers on people?
Yeah, I mean he's also Jewish, but that was like
Oh.
his job, I think. I think well, it hasn't like gotten into it yet, but like it starts where he's like he has to go work for the Jewish or for Germans, and he's like in like a transportation thing, but he's like so positive, like he thinks it's gonna be like a
Okay.
new opportunity because like it was like one person from your household has to go,
Right.
and so he was like, I'll go. And he's like in a suit and everything, and then he gets there and he's like,
Yeah, no, this is not the vibe.
yeah,
It came out
interesting.
last year, by the way.
A Complete Unknown
It
came out in
did?
2024?
Yeah.
Holy
December.
shit.
Probably around Christmas time.
I literally thought Matt went to like a screening. I thought it was like not even out yet, barely.
I guess,
Oh,
yeah, it's...
But there is one though that is nominated, and I don't think I'll be able to see it. I'm Still Here.
What is that?
It's some foreign film that's nominated for Best Picture.
And it's just not streaming anywhere?
Nowhere, and
Is
maybe it's in
Nosferatu?
some theaters. But isn't I love that you love Nosferatu.
I do. Is it not nominated?
Nosferatu is nominated, I think, in some other categories, but not for Best Picture.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Best Vampire.
Best vampire. Best sex scene.
Can you do an impression of like Nosferatu?
I don't think so. I can't really tell. Like I'd have to hear him.
I can't even do it.
He's like blood.
Okay, spoiler alert.
I can't.
Blood. It's like that video. Blood.
Oh, you mean he doesn't go, hey, y'all, how you doing? I'm Nosferatu.
I'm here to suck your blood.
It's me, a Nosferatu.
It's so me. It's like so creepy. I loved that movie. I want to
I
watch it
haven't seen
again.
it.
It's
Oh,
so
dude.
good.
I don't know if you could handle it.
It's a little
No,
scary.
I don't think it's like scary. I think it's just like
scare Mike,
It's just
though. It's
dark.
like-
Matt comes out to me yesterday too. God, what a day. He goes, Mike, how do you feel about nightmares? And I was like, I don't know.
How do you feel about nightmares?
I was like, I
love 'em.
I've had a nightmare. He's like, but like, do they like ruin your day? Like, can you deal with it? I was like, I don't know. I feel like I wake up and whatever. And he goes, because I am taking these pills that give me nightmares every time. Can you take one and tell me if you get a nightmare? I was
Is
like,
it melatonin?
Matt, I'm not going to take your
No,
nightmare
it's-
pills.
In
Nightmare
No,
pills.
thank you. I'm not going to take your nightmare
I
pills.
just wanted to like have a new test subject, and I was like,
Did you look it up?
So
Like,
if someone gave you a pill, he goes, "Can you just see if this gives you nightmares? Would you take the pill?"
No.
But it's just like it's like a vitamin. Okay, it's not like a
What
pill.
vitamin is it?
vitamin?
Inisitol.
Inesitol.
INISTOL.
Did you look it up if it gave other people
What's
nightmares?
it for?
Yeah, I think some other people reported it. It's a good supplement or vitamin to take at night to promote better sleep, better sleep.
Oh, does it
and I was
help?
like,
he's having
I would say
nightmares.
sure, but every time I take it, I'm having a damn nightmare. I took it, Carly, in my dream, I accidentally killed somebody. And then I was trying to cover it up, and then people caught on that I was covering it up, and I was going to jail. And it was real.
This is actually his worst nightmare.
It was real.
Yeah.
And I woke up in the middle of the night, could not believe.
You were like, thank
It's
fucking God.
funny. It's
I
like
was-
I wonder if it's like taking the parts of your brain that are your anxiety.
Yeah, and
'Cause,
letting
like,
them
that's
play
one of your
out.
biggest
Yeah,
fears.
you're like, what if
is,
I find a body and I get
accidentally
framed for it?
It's all about finding a body. I'm not worried about killing
How did you
somebody,
kill
but
the person in the nightmare?
I can't remember. It was like an accident. Like I was just like talking to them and they started falling apart. And I'm like,
That's my
I
fault.
did this.
I did
me.
this.
They fell apart.
And then I was like, oh, well, I didn't
don't
do
know.
this. And I try to like.
I can't remember the last time I had a nightmare.
So would you be interested in just seeing? Because I'm so curious
Take
if
a
you
little
took
pill.
this.
I guess. I mean, sure.
And sometimes,
but
like every time I take it, it's not like the most severe nightmare, or it's something where it's like there's a conflict that's happening on loop.
Wait, will you
really
say
don't
what
wanna
it is again?
experience this.
Inesitol.
Inisitol.
So it's a supplement, and I take a couple other like supplements, like at nighttime, whatever. I do take it, but it's like a fifth of what's in that pill. That pill is like 500 milligrams. So he's just probably like overdosing on this thing that's supposed to be
Yeah,
for
it
like.
says some people taking inositol
Yes.
supplements report having vivid dreams, but not nightmares.
Oh, well, mine have been vivid.
Well, I
and
know.
nightmares.
I know when you take melatonin, you can also get like super vivid dreams and nightmares. So I feel like
Yeah.
it's just common maybe with
Totally.
supplements.
Yeah.
But just Matt offered me nightmare pills at 2 in the afternoon yesterday. I'm like,
I was just
nightmare
thinking,
pill.
let's take this and just report back to see if like I'm
That's
right about
so
this.
funny.
I thought it's funny.
Mike calls you at 3 a.m. screaming.
How dare you? No.
He's like, there's an entity attached
Would
to
you
him
take
now.
it then?
Like, I'm not afraid of a nightmare, but I just feel like
It's not gonna. You're not gonna die. Like
I
it's
know.
just like you might have just like a one weird crazy dream,
I mean, yeah,
and it won't like affect you the next day. It'll
Yeah.
be fine.
I take it.
Okay.
I've taken many things to try to
So
sleep.
I'll bring it next time, and then we'll report
All right.
back.
Yeah,
Papa
we'll
Molly.
compare notes. Did you have a night? We all take it the night before the pod, and all of us come
and
in so
report
tired. We're
back.
like,
I just want to see
It's
if
actually ketamine.
I'm drunk. All of you guys. Like,
we all
Wow.
come in the pod. We're like, we had the worst nightmares.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like I have nightmares.
pretty often.
Not pretty often, but
I just don't like
Occasionally,
conflict.
yeah.
It's like sometimes in dreams I'm like running into conflict, and to
Yeah.
me that can feel like a nightmare.
I
I'm
get
just
it.
not
Yeah.
like having my own fun with my
You're
dreams.
not
yeah,
like
see,
in
it's your
peace.
anxieties. Conflict.
But maybe
feel
keep
like-
taking it because this like when you go to sleep, your brain is supposed to be like defragmenting all the shit that's in your head, and maybe it's going back into the backlogs and scraping it out.
Text
like
me the
the,
name
like-
of it because I want to look it up.
I feel like I've been a little less anxious like lately throughout the day because I've been taking magnesium L-threonate, I think.
Theanine,
Oh,
one of them.
Theanine?
L-theanine is different.
Theanine.
L-theanine is a calming
I
supplement.
theanine I take at night. No, threonate I take like during the day. I don't know.
Have you tried the calm powder stuff?
The one that has like
Yeah,
magnesium and
Has L-theanine and
melatonin in it.
I think so,
too?
yeah.
No, I remember that you posted a TikTok, and I always have it in my Amazon cart. and
oh,
I've
I still
never
like it. Makes
used
me very sleepy.
What type of magnesium is it? Is it glycinate?
Glycinate, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
They do have a magnesium oxide one.
Doesn't make you shit.
That's the intention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this one's like force.
Which one makes you poop?
Citrate and
Oxide.
oxide.
And magnesium citrate.
Ah,
What?
don't know.
Oxide.
I don't like.
You take glycinate.
do I?
Yeah.
I take the poop one.
No, you
No,
take the
that's-
good one for sleep. But I was like talking to my psychiatrist, and I was like, I don't, because I was like, do you have anything recommended like vitamin wise or whatever? And she was like, do you take magnesium? I was like, yes, I take magnesium glycinate. She's like, how much? I was like, 500 milligrams. She's like, oh yeah, you're taking like the max dose. So she was
Like
like,
too much.
no, like a good, like that's what you're supposed to take.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think it does anything. Like if I take it, if I don't take it, it's like the same sleep.
It might-
And then she was like, why
I feel
don't you try?
It's been able to make me go to sleep a lot better than
Oh.
just when if I don't have it, I feel like I'm just up on my phone, just like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some
had me-
comedian has a joke about that. I think it might be Jerry Seinfeld. He's like, you know, nothing like winding down your day with a bright light shining in your face with all the world's information at a constant rate.
Yeah,
No wonder
yeah.
you need a horse tranquilizer to fall asleep in bed when like that's the last thing you're doing before you go to sleep is. Anyway.
I like your
know.
socks. They remind me of that like monkey doll.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm
Oh
talking about?
yeah.
yes. Yes.
What, not P.F. Chang's. What's his name?
No,
Paul
it-
Frank?
Yeah. Yes.
What's his name?
Paul Frank.
Paul
The Paul
Frank.
Frank.
That was like all the
monkey.
hot girls in 8th grade would have the Paul Frank like
T-shirts.
folder. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
No,
that's what
there's
it is.
Lisa. No, Paul Frank.
Yeah, it's the Paul Frank monkey.
Paul Frank was more merch. Lisa Frank was more
Lisa Frank.
stationary.
Lisa Frank's like the cutesy, like
Bright.
unicorny,
Unicorn.
bright.
So they're not related.
Teddy bears.
They're married.
I think they fucked.
The Frank family.
Yeah, they built an empire.
No, I don't think they are.
I know what you're talking about though. The little monkey.
Yeah,
my
it's like
socks,
a stuffed animal.
Ever since you came over and I wore those socks, I realized that they're not great. The ones that I bought like 8 pairs of.
Yeah, those are like for the winter. Those are good ones. Those are cute.
Thank you.
The other ones I like, but they're just really thick.
Yeah, and the color, like animals, also like that. Those like grandpa socks. I thought they were cool.
It's okay. We live and we learn.
Yeah.
We do. How much time do we have? And then
I
how
think
much
we can
time do
wrap
have
it
in
up.
the studio if you wanted to still make those TikToks.
Yeah,
all
we
of that.
can. Well, we
Okay.
can wrap it up. Well, thanks for watching another episode of the Huberman Lab podcast where we talk about supplements and brain activity. No, send us emails, like, comment, follow us on Instagram. Stay tuned for big announcements coming soon. And we'll see you next
And we'll
week.
see you next week.
Toodles.